Hi everyone, Donna Winter here. Today I want to show you some different ways to use the new Soft Pastels Assortment from Stampin' Up. If you enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload a new video. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. So you'll see here that I have one of the chalks that I'm scraping onto one of the acrylic blocks. I'm using the block as a palette, if you will. So we're going to use the water painter that Stampin' Up sells. It comes in a 3-pack. I'll link it down below so you can purchase it on my store if you're interested. So I'm going to paint the flower now using the water and dipping every once in a while into the paint. It goes on pretty nice. I did notice that and it dries quick too. I was surprised at how quick it did dry. It dries chalky, just like chalk paint, and it does still come off on your finger, but it's still really pretty. So now I'm going to go into, I'm cleaning the brush off with a wet rag. And you just clean it until it's clean. You can squish the water, and then now I'm going into the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to color the leaves with the Granny Apple Green. I like painting things. It's fun to paint the stamps. So now I think I'm adding more of the Daffodil Delight color because I wanted to do the inside of the flower. So I'm going to do that. And see how I rubbed it right away. And it's pretty dry, and there's a close-up. Came out cute. Next I'm going to use the alcohol. That's alcohol in the Pyrex bowl. And I'm using just a small paintbrush that I had on hand, and I'm going to color the flower with the alcohol and the chalk, and it goes on really smooth, just like the alcohol blends. It goes on nice and smooth. It does have a little bit of a different feel to it than the water, but it still paints really nice. I did also notice that when you're painting this chalk paint, if you will, this alcohol paint, it kind of mutes the stamped image a little bit, and it's a little bit more chalky looking, if you will. I didn't take a rag and wipe it afterwards, but I bet you could do that and probably get it to come back a little darker. I didn't try it. I did try it with a Q-tip, and you'll see that. So I have alcohol to the side that I'm cleaning my brush with, and there I smudged the center of the flower with the red real swift. So I'm just going to paint that over again, and then you'll get a close-up of what it looks like here. Okay, so that's the alcohol. And now I'm going to show you what they both look like together. One's the water, one's the alcohol. And see, I'm rubbing it, and it does come off on your finger. And this is where I take a Q-tip, because that leaf looks really dark to me. So I take a Q-tip and I rub over it. And it takes some of the excess chalk that's hanging out. And it does make the image a little darker, and I did have to blow on it. You can hear my little blowing puffs there to get the chalk off. So next I'm going to use Versamark with the stamp from Hand Penned, and I stamped it on basic white. And I'm going to use a makeup brush, an old eye makeup brush that I've never used it, so I don't wear eye makeup. So, but I really like the way that this went on, the application of this went on. It gives a very different look from the other, you know, stamping it with black and then coloring it in. This is pulling the lines of the stamped image off, and it really looks very cool. And then to clean it, you just wipe it or rub it on your fingers or on a rag, and the color comes right off. It's very powdery. So I wasn't getting the color that I liked here. It wasn't dark, so I decided to scrape a little more on the block to see how that would work. And it did work. It gave me a pile of chalk on the stamped item, but it didn't look bad. It wasn't bad, and I just blew it off at the end, and it came out cute. I like it. I like the way that looks. So that's another way to... So this is the last way I'm going to show you how to apply. I know there's other ways, but this is the last one. So I'm piling up my colors that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a blender pen. And I pick up a little bit of the powder and color it in. And for my blender pens are not really wet, so they're not really wet enough. So it wasn't great. But it still colored in nice and looks really pretty. So I just continue to take the different color yellows and mix them up. And that's the thing, you can mix up the colors and do different things with it. I mean, with the blender pen, it's pretty much like having a marker. So here I'm cleaning off the blender pen. You can see you just rub it on a piece of paper until it comes clean, and it works really well cleaning that off. So I'm continuing to color in with the Granny Apple Green. Actually, this isn't the last one I'm going to do. I'm going to do another one, I believe, with a Q-tip. So all the colors, I should tell you what the colors are. There's Coastal Cabana is the one toward the left. I'm going to go from left to right. Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. And so that's just doing it with the blends, and you saw how I cleaned them there on the paper. And now I'm going to show you how to do it with just a Q-tip. You don't need a lot of fancy materials to get this color on your projects. So I'm going to rub it right on the chalk because I like the way it went on better, rubbing it right on the chalk. So I'm mixing up both the two yellow colors again. And I continue to color the flower. And you do have to like puff the chalk away from your project. I believe, you know, Stampin' Up! Used to have chalks way back when, and it seems to me people used to seal their projects with hairspray. I remember sealing them with hairspray, and so they wouldn't be so chalky. And you could always do that, but then of course it leaves a smell, but that's okay. It leaves a nice smell. So now I'm going in with the Mossy Meadow color. Just a little darker green. See what it looked like. And they color really pale, pastel-y. So it's very pretty. It's fun. It's fun to color. I like coloring things. It's very relaxing. So there we go. There's the Q-tips. So here are the 5 different ways I've showed you how to use the Soft Pastels Assortment from Stampin' Up! There's the water, the alcohol, the makeup brush, the blender pen, and the Q-tips. So I'll link down below the pastels assortment and the painter, the water painter, and the blender pen, and the Memento ink, so you can purchase them in my store if you wish. So thanks for stopping by today. I hope you had a good time. Contact me by email if you have any questions, and have a great day.